A lot to talk to with our guest today, Dr. Hesham Ashmawy. So we will continue our discussion next week. So don't forget to join us. Until then, it's goodbye.
Ah, c'est un très beau pays, hein, Budapest, très très belle capitale.
C'est vrai?
D'accord. Mademoiselle Yousra, nous avons plusieurs autres chansons pour cette émission. مدحت صالح، رولا، سامو زين، مجد القاسم، ديانا كرزون، أحمد سعد.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Back Home. If you remember, last week we had a very special guest with us, Dr. Hesham Ashmawy. He is the chairman of the Egyptian American Business Council. He shared with us his experience, but today we will continue to share his experience and how his travelings around the globe affected his life and his career. So stay with us and don't go away. Dr. Hesham, you traveled at a very early age. You were in your early 20s when you went to the States. You traveled around the globe. You've been exposed to various cultures, various backgrounds. So how did this very rich experience, how did you translate this rich experience on both the personal level and the professional level?
Well, first of all, it was a dream. Okay, when I was a kid, I didn't know the difference, for example, between, I remember I told my dad, I need to travel abroad, Dad. When I was in my maybe 12 or 30 years, he said, where would you like to go? So one time I told him, Frankfurt. And he said, why Frankfurt? I said, because I heard that California is very good. This has F and this has F. You see, I remember that question. And he told me, son, you know, there is a huge difference between Frankfurt and California.
Exactly.
It sounds the same, but it's completely. This is in the States and this is in Europe, this is in Germany. So the reason I'm saying this is, as a kid, you see everything out of Egypt is the same. And there's a movie in the States, I saw this after I immigrated. It's a beautiful movie because the American, they are very serious about everything, very serious. So when they make a trip to Europe, they take 10 countries in 1 week. So there were a very famous question in that movie, where are we? Which country are we in? So the colleague of that lady, it was an old lady, she told her, today is Tuesday, this must be France. So it's not really that they know that this is France or England or Italy. No, they know it by day because they go half a day here, half a day. And this is not what I did. I learned that this is not the style to learn about the culture, to respect culture, to respect this. So back to me. First thing with me, I made a peace with me. Many people are angry with themselves. Many people, they like to punish themselves. And this is, I was, thanks to God and thanks to my family, I was able to have peace with me. Like, no matter mistakes or plus, I accept it the way it is. Because we are not perfect. We are not angels. So if there's a mistakes happen, it doesn't mean it's a failure. It's not successful experience or experiment. I learn from it. If it is successful, so I learn from it also and came back with a result of success of money or education or anything. So everything happened to me, either successful or not successful, I was able to focus on this and learn from it. So this is a message to the whole generation that you have to have peace with you. راحة البال inside, that you have to have this inside you in order it reflects when you talk, it reflects when you work, it reflects whatever you earn. So it's not how much money you have, it's how you use this money into proper issues. So this is for me. Now, if you really have this peace with you inside, you will be able to reflect it to the others. How would you reflect it to the others? Because when you talk from the heart, like for example, now we are sitting, me and you are not carrying a paper, neither do I. We are not preparing the questions. Whatever comes from the heart to the brain. So whatever I'm talking from my heart and my brain, it reaches the people because they understand that these are genuine things. It's not pretending. It's not really a fake smile. It's not. So when you are genuine in work, in production, in business, in life, you don't have to go out every night to enjoy the nightlife. Maybe you can go once a week, and the rest you can enjoy watching television, reading.
What is the country that taught you this?
Me. By traveling abroad, really. You have to squeeze from each country. You sit with the people, you watch them. What's your challenge? Many people, they ask you, they would like to make billions of dollars. Okay, so you made billions of dollars. There's a very famous question. It's about two Jewish people in the Bahamas. One is working so hard. You know, he's moving things, and one is sitting on the beach enjoying. So the guy who was working so hard was so upset with the guy who are not working. He's young, he's healthy. And he tells him, how come you're not working? He said, why shall I work? He said, well, to earn money. Okay, after I earn money, you will make more money. Then you will make a family. He said, what else? And then after then, you will retire. Afterwards, you sit on the beach. He said, I'm sitting on the beach already, so I don't need to earn this. Both stories are very healthy. When you work so hard because there's a challenge in life, you have to improve your country. When you are relaxing, you have to have your peace of mind. You have to stop with you. You have really to face you. You are the honest person to yourself to really face you. What did I do wrong? How can I improve me? What makes me happy? Is it money? Is it health? Is it peace of mind? Is it production? Is it moving the country slowly but surely as a teamwork? There's many things you have to put your priorities. Be aware of your priorities. And every day before you go to bed, you should really say, did I make mistakes with other? You have to be honest with you to go and apologize to them. One time I screamed to my secretary. I screamed to her many times, but one of them, seriously, I felt that I overdid it. She made a mistake, but my reaction was much higher. So I picked up the phone in the evening and I called her. I said, listen, I'm sorry. And this makes me bigger to me, not to her. I mean, it's a fairness. You have to be fair. If you expect the world to be fair with you, you have to be fair with the others. So that's number one. Number two, you have to be thankful to God. And it's very popular. In shakartum la'izidanakum. The more you thank God for whatever He gave us, for health, for lifestyle, for food, for anything, for good weather, you know, you'll get more. You'll get better things. And it's not only for God, it's for the people. If someone did you a favor, there's nothing wrong with appreciating him. There's many people, they feel stingy not to thank people for a favor they did him. If the porter carry for me my luggage, even though I'm giving him the price and he's getting salary for this, it's nothing wrong with telling him thank you for doing this, appreciating him. When you give someone a present, you have to see the appreciation in his eyes. And this means a lot. It's not only the talk. Maybe he can say it without meaning. So it has to have the meaning, the challenge of meaning. You have to go back to become genuine the way Egypt was before. So this is really the guideline, how to really have peace with you. Because in our religion, everything, we say Salaam Alaikum, so peace is everywhere. So we start with this peace deep inside the heart, deep inside the brain, how to communicate with people. It reflects on the other, how to be calm with you, how really to communicate with the other world through this peaceful. Whoever screams first is the one who's losing. If he raises his voice, that means he doesn't have rules or he doesn't have right to communicate in equality. Most of the attorneys in court in the world, when they have really a good case, they don't need to raise their voice. The one who raises his voice is the one he doesn't have things to build his case on. So the quality of lifestyle, it's not really the money, it's the quality. You can eat bread and cheese and you become a very happy person. But again, we need the quality of bread. It doesn't matter 5 piastres or 50 piastres. We need the people who make the bread to be honest with themselves, and they don't have to have 5 pounds bread. They can make the half a pound, the same quality of the half pound, same quality of the 5 pounds, because the result, it's an Egyptian person who are eating it. It's a human being who are eating it. It's a foreigner who are eating it. So we should really have a fair lifestyle to the people.
Was there something in particular that you learned from a particular country or people?
Every country I learned something about. Every country. Brazil, I learned how it doesn't matter how much money you have to have fun. You have to be talented in football, in dancing, in swimming. We should appreciate habits. We cannot say, those people are not, the women are not covering themselves, they are dancing, they're not good. That's not true. I'm not God. I'm not going to judge people. I see the good part in them. Always see the bright part in those people. In India, I saw people, you know, praying for cows, some of them. The cow in the street, all the traffic stops. We were with also Amr Musa and the team of the foreign ministry, very professional people, and we were shocked that we were invited by the prime minister. So we see that we asked them, they were screaming, no, that's not beef, that's buffalo. So you can eat the buffalo, but you cannot eat the cow, you know. So we respect their tradition. Again, they are the second country in the world in the software. So they are producing, they are doing this, but again, they pray for the cow. So we respect that. We cannot say this. In Thailand, you know, there's a smog. We were, you know, 20 years ago, we were putting, you know, the sign on in order not to have less smog on the breathing over there, and people going with the tuk-tuk. This was the first, but again, they're selling fake watches, fake things. We understand that this is a trade that they have, this fake Rolex and fake jewelry and stuff like this, but this is how they live. So in every country, so they have a Khan al-Khalili similar to Khan al-Khalili, but it's in their own way. You know, in Korea, I saw in South Korea huge, you know, civilization. I thought, for example, Hyundai, when we went there in the 90s with official people from the government, we thought that Hyundai is a car company. It's not. Hyundai, it's a steel company, it's a construction company. The smallest is the car company that we have here. The quality of the car that we have here is one of the least, I don't want to say the word cheap, but the least quality cars that they export to us, because they have 20 different quality. So they export to the United States the highest, they export to Japan. They use over there, it's like Rolls Royce over there. We saw, you know, made of wood and quality cars. So the challenge that they're having in South Korea, how they moved without really having their partner or their motherland, North Korea. North Korea focused in the military, South Korea focused into the industry, and look at the huge difference that they have. So I really was impressed. The world became again a small village. We really like to have a challenge from each country to see, and if we can put some of this together to the Middle East, to Egypt, to our countries, we will reach out and touch. The sky is the limit, as I mentioned.
Well, hopefully we can do this
in the very near future. Again, we need the people who live abroad to learn and earn.
Well, Dr. Hesham Ashmawy, thank you very much for being with us in this edition of Back Home.
Thank you for having me, and good luck.
Well, that's it for this edition of Back Home. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we did. So don't forget to join us again next week, same time. Until then, it's goodbye.